with Collision Hub, and we are at the opening day of SEMA 2011, and in fact the doors have just opened and the people are rushing in, and we wanted to take just a little bit of time to visit with, I think, two of the most important guys at the show. So thanks for taking the time to join me. Aaron with SCRS and John, our new CEO, leader of I-CAR. Thank you so much. You are a busy man.
Glad to be here.
Aaron, it's a great show. It's huge. I think the show floor has expanded, and I just saw some numbers earlier, 135,000 registered attendees.
Before it even opened.
Yeah.
So there's still on-site registrations, and there's all sorts of stuff. I mean, the numbers overall for the show are phenomenal. The growth, specifically for the collision area, has been amazing. For us, with our educational events, which we kicked off last year, and this year's the second year, and we did some expansion there. I was looking at the numbers this morning, and our attendance is over 400% greater this year than it was last year. So I think just all in all, the numbers have shown just massive improvements with collision repairers on the show. I mean, it's, you know, again, show opening, this is phenomenal, and to see the size of the booths, the amount of vendors who are here, I keep having people go, you know, this is an amazing collision repair show that we have over here.
Right, I've seen a lot of booths that have expanded from what they were last year. I see people here that weren't here last year. And I see people that were last second trying to get on the floor. So we've got some vendors that were kind of late to the party that are getting booths. I think you're pushing stuff out in the parking lot this year. So
I think the numbers I heard, 27% up on collision repair exhibitors.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Right.
That's great.
Right. Now, John, you guys have always, you had a presence last year.
We did.
Doing some on the floor training, doing some I-CAR classes as part of the RDE.
Right.
And you're back this year.
We are.
Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah. Well, you know, one of our objectives is to reach more of the industry. So as we talk about reaching the industry, there's no better place to do it than at SEMA. You know, you just talked about the numbers of people that are here. And, you know, we're doing a lot of training in the industry, but there's a lot more we can be doing. And so this is all about getting the I-CAR name out there and getting the awareness of what we're doing for the industry out there, and making ourselves accessible to the industry as well.
Right.
So, you know, you talk about, you know, your number's 400% up. Last year we did just over 100 students in classes. This year our pre-registration's at like 334.
Wow.
So, you know, similar to Aaron's achievements. So, you know, the demand's there, and, you know, we're just excited to be here.
Now, one of the great things, you guys have had a lot on your plate this year. I-CAR's been on the move, new classes, and it looks like 2012 is going to be a big year for I-CAR.
Yeah.
And this is kind of, I guess, the last industry launching pad. What are some of the things we're going to see coming January of next year?
Well, what you're going to see here, we have actually, we're doing 8 courses here. 3 of those are new. So our damage analysis courses that just recently launched are being offered here at SEMA. And then going into next year, we actually have a new curriculum that we're bringing out. It's called the Intro to Collision Repair, which is kind of a fundamentals of collision repair that's appropriate for maybe office staff and or entry-level employees, and maybe also for other segments of the industry like the insurers and suppliers and things of that nature. We're also reinventing our education curriculum, so this is for the voc tech schools. So we supply curriculum to all the educators across the United States, and we have a massive reinvention going on there that's going to dovetail the school curriculums with the professional development program, so there's a natural transition, if you will, from student to employee in the workforce. You know, based on the good feedback we get from folks like SCRS, actually, you know, about the types of employees that they're looking for coming out of school. And then, boy, I don't know what else we got going on. We got a lot more classes that we're working on too. And, you know, this year we've launched, we'll have launched 11 new online courses and circa 6 live classes, and we're going to repeat that next year as well. So, you know, just lots going on the educating side here.
Now, Aaron, speaking for the collision repairs, which is what the SCRS does so well, you're kind of the voice of the repairs, education is critical. And it's hard sometimes for us to find the time to get the education we need for the jobs we do, and then find the equipment and tools and things that kind of bring our shop up. And that's really what SEMA does, is you guys have married that education and shopping aspect, so to speak.
Yeah, you know, SEMA is such a unique environment, and so for us, it's hard for shop owners, and shop managers, and technicians, and estimators, and whoever else to find the time to get out of the shop. And you know, we're so fortunate to have an industry group like I-CAR who does take that feedback from the repair industry and put it to good use, and then deliver these classes and all throughout the year. For some of those individuals who have only one chance, it's a great opportunity to come to this show and get those I-CAR classes, get the SCRS classes, and do it in an environment that's just overall inspiring and energizing. I mean, I think, my background's coming from the shop as well, and I remember, it's so important to be able to get out of that box you work in and get inspired in an environment like this. And so, I walked the show floor this morning as I was meeting with some of the people who are supporting our education and talking with them, and you look at the expansive amount of opportunities that exist here. So as a shop owner, and I'm going, if I want to find a way to make my business more profitable or use existing overhead or skill sets or whatever it is, and find a way to interject more profit margins or additional profit margins in, it's all here. It's all at this show, and any one of these aisles you walk down and you're going to find that information. And then you walk upstairs or here to this audience area, and you're going to sit through a class either offered by our education committee or by the I-CAR committee here at this booth, or upstairs you have a whole slew of speakers. We have our 21 courses going on up there in the afternoons. And the nice thing about this year, I think, is we work, SCRS and I-CAR work so closely to really take our two programs and intertwine them with each other so that it made it seamless for somebody to attend both, get that technical training and then that management education together. And so this is the place. I mean, and that's what we keep hearing from everybody is to come and have all that opportunity, have the exhibitors, have the vendors, have the excitement, all the other things that they maybe aren't used to seeing in the past, and then be able to come and have top-notch quality education that they really look for from the industry. It's a winning combination.
Well, it's definitely great. I think in this industry, we're craftsmen and artists, and it's rare, and there's not a lot of people that work with their hands anymore, and the day-to-day in the shop, sometimes you don't feel appreciated. And then you come to SEMA and you see what's here and you feel like my craft is appreciated, my craft is elevated, and you get excited. You really want to go back and do more.
When you walk into the show in the front, all you see is craft parked all over, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's absolutely amazing. It's my favorite part of the show, actually, out front, all the cool vehicles on display.
Well, I'll tell you what, so I got your favorite. You like to see the cars. Aaron, what's one of your favorite things about SEMA?
My favorite is seeing our members, seeing the shops that come through, and inevitably we always have the ones who come through and it's their first time being here or at a show, and they're just like kid in a candy shop, wide-eyed. I mean, that's amazing. And you gotta love seeing the cars. Anybody, regardless where you are, if you like cars, this is the place to be. And so you can walk out front and you see that craft work of what the guys who we train, you train, we give education to, what they produce. And then you also have the ability to meet with some people. We have Rich Evans coming in and doing some discussions with us, Charlie Hutton coming in, thanks to our relationship and support with PPG. And so you get to talk to these guys who are really kind of these iconic craftsmen as well, who the rest of the industry also looks up to and says, wow, look at it. And it's a great opportunity to put that all together and in a pretty unique spot.
I tell you what I enjoy about it, and I think sometimes lost. Anytime you're around Charlie Hutton, he wants to talk to you about his days in the body shop.
Right.
Because that was kind of where he paid his dues and drove up, on his career, and that's what he wants to come back and visit. So he's always really excited to be around collision repair, and that always makes me feel really good about it. So, guys, SEMA is just a great place to be, no matter what your job duty is in this industry, no matter what title, insurer, shop, adjuster, what a vendor, whatever role. You get to shake some hands, see some people that you haven't seen in a long time, see some people that we never hardly see from different countries, explore new products, and then get the education at the same time. So stay tuned all week. We're going to be back on and off from the floor, giving you a taste of the education, the booths that are here, some of the vendors, and then of course we're going to get out into the SEMA experience out in the parking lot, maybe do a little racing with Ken Block. Thanks.